I'm Daryl Gray.
Good day to you, Kate Walker.
I've been worried about you, Elena.
Hey guys, and we're going to be playing another game today. It's going to be a doozy. It is going to be from our favorite game developers, Parroty Interactive. You know, after I played Wind Blows 98, I thought, why don't I torture myself a little bit more? I got to see what the rest of these games are like. So by the end of when I play all 5 of them, I'm going to rank them from the worst to the least worst, I guess. There's going to be no best. So let's get into it.
Welcome to our CD-ROM, fellow Star Wars enthusiasts.
Or as we like to call you, Star Warsians.
Anyway, we've got some really cool Star Wars stuff.
Okay, this is your home away from home. Well, no, actually, you're in your home. It's really our home away from home, although we're probably in our home.
So if anyone is unaware what a Parroty Interactive game entails, it's going to be a whole lot of nothing. We get onto this. This is basically the only room that you see is just their bedroom. And you can click on things and they talk about it. They do a lot of rambling. They do a lot of talking, which I did not even care. This is where more the funniness, air quotes, come in, and they try to be funny and make jokes. Now, the activities or, games that you can actually play in the game are not that great either. Let's start with the games. So you do have a Death Star Destructo, and it's basically just shooting things. This is a little entertaining, I guess, because you're shooting things. It doesn't just seem like it's meaningless. Then you also, one of my favorites was the Ewok game where you poked them, which I will hear those Ewok screams in my nightmares. That was truly terrifying. That one actually was kind of fun because it was like a whack-a-mole style of game. Then, of course, in Parroty Active fashion, they have to put a freaking trivia game in there, and it's stupid trivia. I mean, I only did question 1, and I didn't even understand it. So that's pretty much all the games, air quotes. Then if we get into the activities, you have a time machine, as they call it. Basically, yet again, we had the bad caricatures, and it just shows the characters from a young age to like all the way through their lifespan, and it basically just talks about they make up funny stories, I guess. I didn't listen to any of them. I literally just went through to see the goofy photos. So if you actually put in the day that Star Wars was released, you go into their secret vault, as they call it, and there's not really that anything great in there. You literally can just look at a shelf and they'll just say the names of action figures.
Leia, I Joe. Oh.
Wookiee sheds a lot. Pizza flipping Greedo.
All right. I mean, they're funny, I guess, but it's like, eh. And then you also go to the Yoda, and it's kind of like one of those fortune teller machines. And I thought, actually, this is going to be funny. This is going to be great. So, I type in just goofy things. And he literally says the same thing every time.
Quid pro quo, Clarice.
That's all he says. I mean, he says kind of like the same thing, but he never says yes or no. And this is one of my biggest gripes, because I think, wouldn't it be so easy just for them to have it automate yes or no answers and to just cycle through? That at least would make it, you could make him say funny things like, do you enjoy taking long poops? And then he'd be like, yes, I do. Like, that would be funny. And then that would just kind of add to it. But just him saying, I don't know, I had to think on that one every single time is not funny. And it's very, very lazy. The last activity is a gene splicer. And you're really just taking characters on the left and combining them with characters on the right. This would have been kind of funny. It comes out with just a caricature, mainly of like a famous person. And that would be funny. But they were, again, lazy. And they only did a few. Like, if you put Leia, you can't. I wanted to do Leia and Chewbacca because I thought that would be funny. Like a hairy woman or something. Like, what would they come up with that? But you can't choose that. You can only choose certain ones. which was just stupid. I just felt like they were lazy and they couldn't just think of a combination of all these things to at least make it more versatile. And that is literally all the game is. The game literally took me 10 minutes. 10 minutes to play, which is better because I didn't waste my time like I did on Windblows 98. But I also did feel like Windblows had a lot more poured into it and it had a lot more time dedicated to it. Funny enough, for Windblows to be the last game before they shut down, like they felt like they did a lot more. They did a lot more of the production and a lot more things that made it felt like you were actually playing a game even though you kind of weren't. This felt very lazy in comparison to that game. And I just don't think, again, I don't think the jokes are funny. Everything falls flat. They ramble way too much. I feel like this game in particular, the beginning scene, they literally rambled on for 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I get it. I don't know, it just did not hit it for me. And I like Star Wars. I just felt like it was kind of just eh. What gets me about these games, I think, the most is this seems like a student project or something that I could just make on PowerPoint. And yet, like Piss, they actually sold this in stores. Like they were making money off of this, which is insane to me that people bought this and then went home and this is what they got on their computer and they're like, what the hell did I just pay? Like $9.99 for $5. Even $5 is too much money. Like I just feel like it is so crazy to me that they could see this and just think, yeah, we could fool maybe 100 people, 200 people to buy this game, and there we go. It's insane.
Enjoy the game, nerf herder.